by the All People's Congress Party, the APC. And then, but before we start, one for Muslim and Christian prayers. One for go and quick, while everybody pray and in your own faith. So if you're a Muslim, you will pray as a Muslim, and if you're a Christian, you will pray as a Christian. So let me pray. Amen. Amen. All right. As we all know, today is a very important day again for the All People's Congress Party, as we can communicate to the membership about plenty things that really happen. But not for me to do this job, as I don't receive the responsibility from me once again at the Western region for introduce to the pilot and the co-pilot. But before I go to that part, I feel say we need to recognize the presence of the high table. We get the National Secretary General already here. We know no other person but Comrade Atanabuya. We also need to recognize the presence of the leader and deputy in our parliament, Comrade Abukabo and Comrade Daniel. You don't clap for them now. We also recognize the presence of other members of parliament within at the high table, Honorable Aaron and the other member of parliament. And again, the boss of all boss, we are responsible for communication alongside Mr. Abubakar Dahami, we are the co-pilot for this particular event today. We also want for recognize the presence of CDI at Tunis as the National Police Secretary, Mr. Mohamed Pok Kamara, our deputy. But again, I hand over this work now properly to the pilot, Mr. CDI at Tunis, and the co-pilot, Honorable Dr. Ulfa. We are the 2 days in charge for all this ship go before. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akfopias. I want to tell you plenty thank you for that opening day. Comrades, all members of the 4th Estate, if you now recall, about a month ago, when I get an invitation from the party through the honorable members of parliament, Usai, we call Unanaya, and Usai Una witnessed the maiden press conference where we come with Una from the members of parliament. And in that press conference, we'll be telling Una say, since that one have been the maiden one, we be general in the topics that we'll cover. But we'll be telling us say in future press conferences we'll go zero in on specific areas then, and we'll get people who are knowledgeable in their areas and therefore can talk about them topics then they. And if when I receive the flyers, when I go notice say today we want for zero in on energy. And on all can agree with me how much problems will they face with the energy sector. So we get plenty people who are knowledgeable in energy, but we don't choose 3 people we go address with today in this press conference. We will give una everything una need for know, and we will tell you exactly waiting and waiting we feel say they happen and what we also supposed to do for make them better. But before we reach there, like when I say, and like when I read in the introduction, now me and Honorable Dr. Ufa Kuruma, now we go moderate this program. But before I hand over to the Honorable, I just want for again reintroduce the high table. Let us know that this program comes to us through the leadership of Parliament, when our Honorable Abukabo, now our parliamentary leader, the APC parliamentary leader. Again, 2 deputies. One, Honorable Aaron Aruna Kuruma, when I deputy 1, deputy 2. Then Honorable Daniel Kuruma, na the deputy 1. We also get the whip, we know they are Honorable AKK from Cambia District. And of course, we get Honorable Catherine Zainab Tarawali, we are the deputy whip. And we get the co-moderator, we are Dr. Ufa Kuruma, na the spokesman, the parliamentary spokesman for the party. Again, deputy winner Honorable Ben Mansari from Moyamba District. On the panel this morning we get distinguished honorable member from Kono District, Honorable Tambakeli, one of the panelists there for this program. We get Honorable Aaron Kuruma, also another panelist. And we get Mr. Abubakar Darami, himself a panelist for this program. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, we get honorable members of parliament with we, and I just want to respectfully recognize them and ask you for give them a round of applause. I'm not going to introduce them all by names. I will now also want for bring me on boss, the administrative head of the party. Let me recognize him and let me make 1 or 2 statements before we start. Mr. Lansana Tumboya, the Secretary General of the APC.
Time. Well, good afternoon, press. I think this, when we keep talking about press conference, I think today that today are the actual press conference. Because most times when we can say press conference, the entire public you want to come. So it can be like rather a public conference or whatnot. But this is press conference really is now where they engage the press and give them information to make them disseminate. But APC business, I think say that way will not choke them early self. Because we took them early like by now, so they don't full now. Because I saw APC business day. But I have to tell you plenty thank you for come come at this press conference, for can listen to the members of parliament and get very pertinent things them for disseminate to now. But before the leader and the deputies then go on the rampage for giving exactly what they happen and the kind of dabaru business where the government they pan, the yuki business where they pan, and the kind of way where they don't capsize the economy and where they don't capsize development, capsize the election self business in this country. Me go want for respond firstly to the Chief Electoral Commissioner in statement in this year. Mr. Kone, he know me very well, and he know say me I meet na university. But it's very unfortunate for make after all waiting don't happen where international community, international observers, the international development partners there, the local election observers there, new and other people, they don't put all the report out, Carter Center, European Union, don't put all the nonsense where happen during the election for make you come, say you follow due process, you don't go against any law. This is now really an affront to the people of this country. And we they advise the government. Some of them can they create serious problem in the country. Because people then they don't contest this election. We don't contest say the elections are not free and fair, and we still held that view. No matter the peace process that is going on, the agreement that we are trying to implement, it then at the preamble of the agreement say we disagree with the result and we want the result to be produced. In Buntumani, we come up with the tripartite committee, and in the tripartite committee, so many things are supposed to happen. will not happen during the process. But we're still continuing with the process. But there is one thing about me, and I can say it today, and I've always said it to the international community, and I will say it today. When something is wrong, I can never accept it. That does not mean I cannot move forward. I can move forward, but I cannot accept something that is wrong. And that is why I refuse to accept the election tally, the election result and everything. Because it is wrong for us to have that process where we know say, everybody don't talk, say not correct. So me not go accept him we wrong. And I'm not going to accept him till we get the truth of the matter. But for let Kone come out for say he observe all the election laws then, if you say you observe election laws, let me take them from the registration process. You bypass so many things then. You create so many problems then for the people of this country. That is why we are in this mess today. That is why we are in a tripartite committee today. Otherwise, if you been get a process where free and fair, if you been do the election properly, you do the registration properly, you make sure that people that go vote, you don't get any problem, you do the tallying process properly, and you do the counting properly. Nobody not going to question anything. We're not going to get tripartite committee. We're not going to go into money. Now, because you create Babaru business and this thing, I make we go into money and I make we come here today. So sometimes if fine for let you keep quiet rather than you talk something where will make people them get very, very angry. And now we come to how the tripartite they go. You not go find for let we come now, so we not give una small gist. Una patient. Una all don't know what's going to happen. Una all don't know the extension of the time. So say anytime when you get the opportunity for cast your vote or for do you campaign, you don't get compromised. Make sure say you cast your vote. Not disappoint. Not disappoint. Not say because of that election there or what not. Because na down there the government want, na down there they want for discourage una. They want for discourage you now for make you not get the zeal and enthusiasm for participate in the electoral process, for participate in the political landscape. So now for giving the speed, waiting they happen now for giving the speed and the zeal and enthusiasm for make sure say una participate in the political landscape, for make sure say this country come back to track. It's not going to be an easy exercise. It's not going to be an exercise when the APC executive no more be able to do them. When the APC people are no more able to do it, but we should all do it together as Sierra Leoneans. We should all come together and for make sure say we fight this cause of democracy to the last. If I come to that point, this is not my show, and I think, as I've been saying the last time, I will no more the leader, he can say, Namiyes, that at the top of Bukago. He is saying, section this not to you show, these are members of parliament and show. And because I appreciate that, and because I know that say these are the members of parliament and show, I will humbly hand the mic to CDR Tunis so that he will pass them on to the people that we can address now. Thank you very much.
That's when we are the national convener of the party respond to Mohammed and trash them.
Thank you very much, SG. And Odoyeri, sometimes it's easy for let somebody say they obey all the laws. But of course, we all know say elections also require how results therefore be tallied and how therefore be transferred. We all know say when they don't count results at polling station level, they're supposed for Canada the districts. Outside the district returning officer for tally in the presence of all political parties certified and signed and hand the certificate to each party representative and observers. That same process is supposed to happen at regional level. But we know say they not happen. And these are things we required by law. So if the Chief Electoral Commissioner say he follow all the laws, then maybe members of the fourth estate for asking why district and regional certifications not happen. Having said that, I will now hand over to my co-moderator, Dr. Umfa. We go say a few words, then we start the program now proper.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sure. 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 Good afternoon or good morning. Good afternoon. I want to start for say a word. And this word here, now a word where a former president of Mozambique be they say, whenever he meet with the people there, whenever he want to talk to them about the situations in the country, Samura Machel, we always say, a luta continua. A luta continua. A luta continua. And it means the struggle continues. But at one point, we grab for talk, we don't chant a luta continua 3 times. They ask the people what thing are the struggle against? And the struggle against Nice State, against poverty, against misery, against tribalism, against bad governance, against poor social facilities now in the country. So today, as we don't get another press conference today, with the blessing of the party, through the party leadership in the parliament, the real essence of the press conference here are for address the ills of society and the lack of performance of this government. But of course, we don't make it clear say this press conference for don't highlight and for don't focus squarely on what they happen at the tripartite. But because of the unavoidably so, for let them come, for can talk to it today, because of so many engagements they will get, as we talk right now, they get an engagement who coincide with today. Where important, as we note, now only 3 days are left for this tripartite engagement. And please to we say they're not going to come today for only this press conference. But because we don't organize ourselves for the game monthly press conference, we bring up the next agenda at the table, which is for address the poor standard and the challenges that we get in the electricity sector. So today, Naya, we get with panelists in Naya. Let's get myriad of experiences, numerous experiences, we'll go tap from. The una the press back, go with them in a position for ask questions then. We themselves will take note of and answer. As we state, this is a press conference, and if it's a press conference, the question should come from the press. But before that question they come, the panelists then will discuss on little things them or several things them, so that it will help una for focus on a question to what they discuss, and also now we will add my own and if anything or the para discussion there.
So for start proper committee secretary, I think say that my statement and then I will hand the mic back to you. But again, but briefly, for do justice to the MPs over there, we get Honorable Mabiti Fona, Honorable Lucina Kelly, Honorable Awa Conte, Honorable Rugiatu Kamara, Honorable Mariama Bangura, Honorable Daniel Bangura, and Honorable Ibrahim Aziz Bangura who they are with me today. I tell you, thank you. And Honorable Tom Isaac Tucker from Kono. Thank you very much, members of the Fourth Estate. We can start this press conference proper. However, I want for tell when I say this time, this press conference therefore be different from press conferences who I don't use for C. In that this one therefore be more interactive between we, the moderators, and the panelists there. So it is not the normal or usual press conference where somebody go just carry speech and then later members of the Fourth Estate they ask them questions. Since this now subject matter issue, we the moderators we self-prepare specific questions there. We will feel say the panelists therefore zero in on. That not mean say una not get for ask. In the end, una self go ask. We don't done. But we want to make it more interactive and interesting so that we go zero in on areas that we will really feel say based on we findings, the general public don't be very interested for no. So I go start with Honorable Tamba Kelly. We don't hear about energy issue, light problem, light issue na salon plenty. To a point, salon people really not know waiting, they're happy. So you, as person will get knowledge in this area, waiting really now with current state of access to electricity in the country and how you feel say we for fair in comparison to other countries then, like we neighbor country then. So waiting really you go tell me but we energy access na salon in comparison or how we compare to other countries that we neighbor them.
Thank you, moderator. Good afternoon. My name Honorable Tamba Kelly, from Kono District. You asked me which are the current state of access to energy in the country. Access to energy simply means the percentage of the population where they get electricity. That's simply what it means. The percentage of the population where they get electricity. At the moment, we get about 27.5 to 6% of the population of this country where they get energy, where they get electricity. Going back from 2007, we get when APC came in power, we get 14% of the population will get access to electricity. In 2008, it dropped down to 12.1% of the population. And then 2011, it go up again to 14.2. And then from 2012 now, right up to 2018, we've been around 17.2, 18%. And then when they left office, we did get 26.1 in 2018. So that is the percentage of the population that get access to electricity. Now, the reason for this is this. At the moment, we source of electricity generation like Gunguna, and then we get 15.5 installed capacity na Lacon Road, and then we get 9.5 at Pluton. So when you add all them together, 50 plus, the total amount of electricity we produce, not enough to serve the country. But however, I think the government did do back in 2017, 18, then begin to roll out mini grid. Mini grid na small scale electricity production. We not to use transmission line, and just distribution system that they use. We been get help from the British government, UNOPS, the United Nations Office for Projects. Now been implement that project for us. Volume. So then start by going to community hospitals and set up solar systems. They serve the hospitals. Then later on, they say there was need for the communities where they host their hospitals, they supply themselves with electricity. So then divide the country into work stations. When now we come out upland like myself, you go see mini grid in your area. Boku they na the north, the east, all over the country. So that helped increase the access to electricity, which is why by the time APC left office in 2018, we've been up to 26.5. But access to electricity, it not just involve the electricity when they come to you. It also involve the quality of the electricity when they come, and quality it means the tariff when they charge you, the satisfaction when they get, the time when they take for letting respond to your complaint. These are all matters when they say access, quality access. They all encompass the factors in there. So the current state is that we have about 26 or 27.1 or 5% of the population of Sierra Leone. We get access to electricity. And then obviously, as I say, when we left office, we get about 26.1%. So that's the state of play, so far as access is concerned. But as I say, access includes also quality. If you add all that, you will see say that number will fall. Because if you go upland, although the mini grids where they talk about, they're all added to the number of people who get access. But there are places in the country they get mini grid, but they not even get light. Because mini grid now so like they use sun. When sun not come out, light not there. They need for get backup generators, and in some of the areas, so we'll come to that, I will explain to you now. The generators, they not even come on. And the equipment that we then give people them for, let them use them, so that it will be compatible with the mini grid infrastructure. Some they wait them for, they know they make them. So you find that you go to some towns or villages, they get solar, you go see light, but night can't light no day. So if you discount them on them, then actually the number of people will get access to electricity is far small. So that's the state of it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Kelly. Important for us to know them things they are so, because normally when they read people on radio, on TVs, where they try for make comparisons, say, oh, where the last government be there, now only 10% or 12% of the population be get access to energy. We don't can increase until so percentage. So we will be need for let the public understand how far we don't come with the energy sector, which side the previous government left from, which side we did now, and waiting at the situation, even where would they say access to energy don't increase, but the number of people where actually they get light still far smaller than waiting that they tell me and you say access don't increase under the current administration. So, which is why we want to make this press conference more interactive. And, for let me continue, I don't know if Honorable, I want for now come to the tariff. Tariff nothing will they pay for. And we don't basically say now the energy tariff don't the money we probably now one of the most expensive sector that they pay for in this country right now, like it's be.
One.
But the people of this country go want for no. Before we even come to the tariff itself, how much will they pay now when somebody else go talk bottom? Explain to Weber how then they set this tariff, how will they come up, how then they set them to a point that will they pay, waiting will they pay or waiting will not for pay, how then they set the tariff, then waiting will they pay for light, how then they set them.
Well, then they set tariff like how they set the price for everything. Say if you're in a business, you produce. Then they look at the cost of production, the cost of how much then they pay. Because EDS now we don't separate. We don't buy electricity. Then they buy them from Bunguna transmission line, where they create them under ECOWAS, under the aegis of West African Power Pool, for facilitate cross-border trading electricity among ECOWAS countries. And what then do, ECOWAS divide the 16 countries into groups of 4. Government they pour a lot of money into this electricity sector, yet we not see any tangible, all the time blackout, etc. Even the small one will get to know the manager. So we now create a regulatory body, regulation of control. We get a body we get for control. Anything we want to do in terms of tariff, we have for refer to them. So the way they decide the tariff, when they don't look at them financials, they don't look at them books, they decide to look now this tariff for set, for them we able break even, therefore carry go to the commission. And the commission, before they approve that tariff, one of the first things it will consider the welfare of the consumers. Because we are living in a situation where questions of affordability. So therefore look into the welfare of the consumers. Then of course, they need to get consultation, the commission for get consultation with the consumers, therefore get town hall meetings, outreach programs, so that people then know, say, this EBS they want charge bringing new tariff. And the people therefore get their own inputs before ever they approve that tariff. So that's the methodology so far as the setting of tariff is concerned.
Thank you. I'm sure say we will get plenty knowledge today, and we also they give a lot for like we disseminate to the populace, and I'm sure say we will they watch from home and abroad, we they get better understanding as to how the dynamics they happen at the electricity sector, the energy sector, and Salome. Honorable Kelly, we will come back to you later on at the program, but I'll also now make other panelists let's have come answer certain areas of waiting that happen. Honorable Dr. Umfa, I will now hand over to you for making continue on.
Okay.
But before you do that, make I just recognize the presence of we one-time Deputy Speaker of Parliament.
We experience, for the very first time in the history of this country, then Macri for being one of the fastest growing economies, and because EPSA and EGTC they live in line with the National Electricity Act of 2011, we give them the mandate for provide affordable and acceptable electricity to the people of this country. And we all know say the situation they face now, the electricity they get, it's no longer affordable anymore. It's no longer affordable. When the APC been there in government, and even as it is now, the energy gets what I call the tariff structure. There are certain criteria where, of course, the co-panel don't talk about. But again, layers. One layer we call on the T1, what we call the social band. That one day now for the poorest of the poor. People them were not able to buy. We don't need light for put fridge on. They don't need light for put AC on. All they need light for now for just light them bomb, then begin and study. Because APC was a government where they live for the people, there was a special cadre where we create a layer say between 0 to 50 kilowatts hours when you buy, you pay just 560 euros. Where if now we go say now 5.6 cents, not to the also 5.6 cents, now in people they pay when you buy from 0 to 50 units. Now that's make that tell you when they buy electricity, when you include GST. The 1 unit then, because we get what you call the meter charge. Then the APC, the meter charge was 5,000 for the T1 categories. When you add the 5,000, you consider also the cost per kilowatt hour. What in actual sense we pay in total was like 660 euros, including GST. Now make it fancy when they use 50,000 euros as, for example, when you put 50,000 euros in the days of the APC, it gets well over 25 units now in the due. Now, when they come in 2018, just around 2008 to 2020, they say no, but why should we for the poor? What they first do was to alter that social layer, that social band category. How they do it? Instead of the width for between 0 to 50 units, they reduce out from 0 to 25 units. Now, if you want the release, where the regulatory body, when at the EWRC the issue, instead of 0 to 50 units, where for attracts 560 euros, where in total for 660 including the service charge. Now they alter them for maybe 0 to 25. They not just stop them, they also increase the cost from 560 to 1,610. Now make from the time when they alter that tariff until 2022, when they do another alteration, when they buy electricity now, if I say the tariff come lower. But what's worse now that just about 2 or 3 months ago, they see back say as if what they do to read not even enough. I already don't reduce the week from 0 to 25. They say not enough. They say no, but no leave cover for the poor. No pull the social aspect. Let all man pay as how the rich man they pay. Now, if you really cry, you will cry. Now, because they don't pull the social ban, no more social ban, no, they need cover for the poor anymore. All man they pay the rate when possible for buy from 0 to 200 units. And that tariff is so high to a point that for now when you buy light, let's say like for example, if you buy 50,000 for take still at 50,000 units, because they're not subject to the category of the poor people, 1 unit of kilowatt hour now they cost 5,326 including the service charge. So imagine from 560 or 660 in 2018 to 5,326 kilowatt hour. Practical experience. Now make now when they top up now 50,000 they use for top up the meter. Now 9 units then they give you. Now 9 units depend to it, but 9 units on average now you they get. If you use 100,000 for subscribe, it get between 15 to 18 units. Because the tariff don't go to 5,326. Then they are the hallmark of the highest demonstration of an insensitive government.
Seated. The press conference will continue, and at the moment, we will now hand over the mic again. Hello? Hello? Now, one for appeal for let me sit down, as we will hand over the mic again to Honorable Aaron for like continue the presentation.
This now just a clear manifestation, a confirmation. So the energy challenges them we will talk about now. So one other thing wey very much unfortunate, wey even when I don go so, you need to take days in other light. When I know say we dey pay for what you call the meter charge, we dey pay for service charge. Whether I get light or another light, there is an amount to call when 11,000 if you are a social, if you don't have that social bank, you pay an amount of 11,000 euros. So whether you get light or not get light, so you pay for that. So after this, in terms of the way I don't prove, as to what exactly we pay now. The one thing more unfortunate is that even the energy source is the cheapest. When at the off-grid system, this one are the on-grid. In other words, where they get from the main grid of the energy in this country, where they get from Kintom, where they come up from Bumuna, and other sources here, TCDI. Now we pay their tariff there also. But they expect say part of the rural tariff structure, the people in at the village will pay cheaper because most of the sources are solar driven sources there. But they even they pay higher. And for the records, then they talk saying that the project, the records are there. Part of the post-develop project where an instrument left, where British support UNOPS for you. Before we left power, you know, say places like Mongol, places like Bigoro, all of it, and many other areas, Shebema, we don't get light, even before governance, they change. Or come on, tell them you and let it wait and school at the big towns, the two records are town them. What they pay in tariff, even the far higher than what they pay. Now, imagine the source very cheap, now solar. But the people out there are paying an amount of not below 7,000 euros per kilowatt hour. That's why now they even cries. If you go to some communities, you find them install solar grids them, the community they don't call for many disconnect them. And some will afford anymore for even get lighting because the cost so high when they pay per kilowatt hour for accessing electricity. The biggest injustice now that the act very clear. ESA for able to make sure so they provide affordable and make electricity accessible to the people. We all know that has been a challenge. They have not lived up to that particular task. But we all know that before we say all man are prepared system. If not prepared, if I'm not prepared, I'm not get light. Nobody knows in this country when I ordinary Solomon, when they get light, they not pay. If I want a shop, I don't pay the money for pen. If I give me the pen, but this is all the country where they pay for light, we know the better. And yet, the one they were supposed to pay more when are the institutions, go to all of these institutions. They pay ESA billions and billions of loans. How do they owe them if not prepaid system? The system will be now all the way you pay, you forget light. The question is how institutions owe ESA, how they manage their light, where they owe ESA, where they never pay. So in other words, government is robbing Peter to pay Paul. The institutions, they use all the light, where they pay for the inefficiency, now the people. Then, of course, the other thing where my excuse me, I think not just tenable. When they came in 2018, there was this other campaign mantra or political mantra or gimmicks when they say APC negotiates with car power at 25 cents per kilowatt hour. We all can renegotiate the agreement. Now we are paying 18 cents. They say that they save millions of dollars after that time. If we are saying APC's cost of energy was higher, we will buy beer. Indeed, you agree. So we buy beer. We accept. But we are buying very expensive, but they sell cheap to the people. If you buy cheap now, as they say, you say you save so much, why are you selling this high to the people? In percentage, between 2018 to 2024, as we speak now, the energy tariff will increase by over 700%. For you know, you can do the calculations. 660 in 2018 to 5,326 now, where I include the service charge, it will be 4,800 per kilowatt hour, including GST. But if you add the service charge, when you do proportion of them, in total, we are paying an amount of 5,326. On average, in percentage, the tariff has increased by over 700%. Is that fair? So that's the situation. I will come to answer to the other issues then.
Thank you very much, Honorable Aaron Aruna Kuroma. You know, really open your eyes to a lot of challenges where the energy sector they get, where don't translate to the lethargic performance of the energy sector. You don't shed light on how much they buy and how much they sell. You don't shed light on how much profits they make. And it also give us an idea why they owe and we don't suffer the consequence of not having electricity. Because if you charge so much at 5,326, when you meet them at 546 cents, then it's how you say you don't make money, but you send the money on the side, and you don't think say energy important. And we don't know say energy is a very important commodity. And a commodity we as Sierra Leoneans
God decides say we don't believe without, and we know say we don't believe without her. So I think say we appreciate you for that. And before I hand over to the public secretary, the moderator, I want to recognize the presence of Honorable Emmanuel Saidu Conte, the Right Honorable Emmanuel Saidu Conte.
Thank you very much. Members of the fourth estate, the general public, we don't see. We be need for explain the nitty-gritties here to the people of this country. The responsibility of any government now for ensure say you reduce the suffering of the people. The responsibility of any government now for ensure say you reduce the suffering of the people. You reduce the burden on the people. You government for able for take the burden away from the public. But what will they see in every sector of this country under this administration now for increase the burden on the people so that we go pay for the excesses where then they enjoy. We they pay for more light we will not get so that they go able to enjoy. They go able to travel plenty. You go to the other sectors, not the same. So when I don't see the comparison in terms of what you would pay now for energy, for light, than what you would pay before. So all this propaganda about na APC do this, na APC do that, we feel say governance is not always about propaganda or politics. They say you go high stay, but the figures will always expose you. And now we see they happen. We get plenty more, lights on go. But this not will stop we because we want the people forget the information. I ever bring Honorable Kelly back. But before I come with her, we go with brother where himself get knowledge in this area. I want to rub more small. When Abubakar Darami. I want to let himself say small thing to we around this light business, and then later we will come with the other panelists and back, and then we go through to una self the media for now ask questions that we will go get, so the panelists then go answer. Darami, please. You get big voice, so my business. No
Thank you very much, Mr. Publicity Secretary, and leader of the opposition at Parliament. I think say now I get this press conference. Honorable Abdul Kagbo, I get for take permission for me able to speak on this on a press conference because as you don't tell me this to say, you can tell and say this also is show. So this people go take permission. You know, electricity is one of the biggest driver of any development in any country. If country get for move go before, they get for get light. Electricity is very, very important. But we be done the move on a trajectory, usai, we be done the claim. But all of a sudden, it's like when you claim step, you don't the right on top, the step end, now for them, you for them can down. Before April 2018, with generation powers that this country, we may still get the same conditions the way they are waiting there today. The government by then unbundled to EGTC and EDSA. EGTC now they're responsible for the generation of electricity, whilst EDSA they're responsible for the distribution, where they call the last mile to UOs and all. At that time, government thinks say and no say for make we generate we own power. And we use EGTC and over 400 staffs already in EGTC when Sierra Leoneans them. For men and work and generate that electricity where they able for put food na the table. It's important than we use independent power provider where they call IPP when our foreigners where they take the money out of this country. Under the APC, we may use an independent power provider where instead we they augment when Agreco. But the tariff for Agreco will be very high. As a responsible government and a government that care for people, we push and work with the Japanese, where we get machine na King Tom, when have been 10 megawatts, but with a pump 9 megawatts on that machine there, when a Nigata machine, we're very good. We get about 9 megawatts from King Tom. From Black Hole Road, under EGTC, we may get 2 machines and they give 7.5 megawatts, where the machine and then a Watsila machine, same, they give the brand. Where they give 15 megawatts, 7.5, 7.5. When at EGTC, they manage them. And now me and you two young brother, the way they work now Yaso under EGTC. Now then they work there, then they get salaries and from there, for feed them family, their home. Another generation, power generation, women get now the country. The government will work together with ADAX Bioenergy, where them in get them turbine, then where the sugar cane, where then they crush and pull the ethanol where they export that sugar cane and they put her inside the machine where they burn them turbine the day, where from time to time then they give 16 megawatts for supply electricity to this country. When a Sierra Leone company too, then you may get Bumbuna where at full capacity, then they give 50 megawatts, where 7 or 8 megawatts they left na Bombali and Mabolka. Now then power generation systems here so we may get before April 2018. The car power ship come in country. When the car power ship come, now dread and Liberia because they're able to perform there because then tariffs were very high. When they come na Salon, then bring a proposal of 24 cents to the government of Sierra Leone. The then Minister of Finance, Honorable Mamadou Kago, kick against that. Salon government under the APC not ever signed any agreement with car power ship. And they challenge anybody from Ministry of Finance. And they challenge anybody from the Ministry of Energy. Let them come with an agreement where the APC signed with car power ship. The reason why they may come with car power ship inside when make that proposal let me happen. That been because the government of Salon will move to the next phase of Bumbuna Phase 2. Where Bumbuna Phase 2 for giving about 300 megawatts of electricity. Now, based on 19 and they make, we sign into the West African power pool. So that way, during the rainy season, when we get the excess electricity, then we sell power to other countries, the Ivory Coast, Liberia, and Guinea. Then during the dries, when them hydro then they go down, we are able to buy energy from the one and so it's a give and take. So we money not going to go just to them, then save your money they come to we. As opposed to waiting to happen now. But after April 2018, the machines they were there in Black Hole Road, this government shuts them down. They're not ever like say to this day where we did so. The machine they were there King Tom, the 9 megawatts were there King Tom, when our EGTC workers and the operator, this government has so shut and down, say to outside this so. They don't want the lighter, not to say they are bogo. They don't want the lighter. The turbine where they are ADAX, where they give 16 megawatts to this city, you find out the government when they subsidize that power plant, and government when they work with Magba sugarcane plantation. Whenever they harvest a sugarcane, we they come in as government at the time I've been the Minister of Agriculture, for let me make sure say all the sugarcane and sell them to ADAX, let ADAX burn them at the turbine for give electricity. We may they use a company for do that transportation, they will name Kamsab. That arrangement here from 2018 to date, it don't die. So when they abandon all them power generation here, the government, the present government, turn now to car power ship. But una go one know what he make we not in turn to car power ship. Car power ship gave a proposal of 24 cents. We not negotiate her, we not talk to them, we not deal with them. Because at the time when we get energy from the Watsila machine, we they get them from the Nigata machine at Black Hole Road, we dey get am from all the other sources. Government dey buy electricity at 10 cents. Because una can go through freedom of information, una get online documents, and government dey buy at 10 cents at the time. Now I make the tariff them where Honorable Aaron give, they are correct, not to be magic. But waiting in the happen and tell me day, you get the unbundling. When you go pay light, the money they go straight to EDSA. At the end of the month, EGTC they raise the invoices from all the power generators them. Then that invoice they send them to EDSA and the Ministry of Energy. They look at them. So you light bill where you they pay, the money they stay at the account of EDSA and Ministry of Energy, they pay all the service providers. Month in, month out. Now make debt not be ever day. But what will happen, where go wrong, where make we face this blackout, is that the single treasury account being introduced by the former Minister of Finance, Honorable Kelfala Mara. He proposed that certain institutions and they, na government, when a service giving institutions them, they're not for their single treasury account. But after 2018, when the one they will say the land book come, they say all institutions will go inside under single treasury account. We sit down, they look them. Let me suicide and they read. So from that day, when you go pay lights now, when you go buy top up, your money they go straight to consolidated revenue fund. In order to sit down again with EDSA. So at the end of the day, when car power ship, because at the number are the only service provider now in country, when they come, they say they negotiate with them for 18 cents. Now the charges from go way above 20 almost cents. When they raise their invoices, they never go through EDSA, they never go through the ministry, they never develop it from one, they never go through the procedures in the Ministry of Finance. They never go through the procedures in the accountant general. Say they read to the state whether they develop a check number and a check. Say they go to Bank of Sierra Leone. Say them they pay them one and they don't take about 4-5 months. That is money day. So these are the reasons why government of Salone gets for all car power ship. That's not the reason why government of Sierra Leone get for all car power ship over $30 million. People then go to wonder say why the money rack up to that. Now because the money when me and you two they go pay for lights every month. The government not the pay car power ship. Waiting and they take out for do freedom of information for giving that breakdown. So now down the lead we to where we get for all car power ship boku money. That's one of the failures of them when they reach to waiting with this. As we don't see lights on they come and go, I get confused because this is not June. Me fishing at Christmas time because Christmas I lights it, but 90 lights it, or 10 lights. But this is not Christmas in June. When the government of Sierra Leone be ready for come up with the Bumbuna phase 2 back then before 2018, waiting we decide for do was now before let government come in and put a 30 megawatts where we will not arrange and discuss with the Chinese and decide who side that power plant ready for day after all negotiations. Now the SLBC land na 7 battalion. Letters them don't be issued so people them way bill and they around that area they say this is a government property. Government wants them for this purpose because there is a substation there. We make other arrangements. Why make them decide for go put on 7 battalion? You find out say when we they give power from King Tom, say the power they reach then side and they go reach and go around the peninsula. Leaks and on the day they find out say people then they get very low voltage. So when they put that one day under the Chinese and say then only they put the power generator, they know they deal with distribution. Now government here for do distribution. The government coming together with the World Bank and propose what we call rural electrification. Who side them for do a 33 kV line and substation. The first substation, when you go around the peninsula by York, that place inside the police land there, now they the 133 kV substation for day. The next substation from Inde na Tombo, na the field na Tombo side of the play ball. And na then substation dey by the World Bank before be supported for make we get that rural electrification, and the plan for all that backbone before done before 2020. Another part again of the transmission line where we dey talk about, you get a project where we dey the Ministry of Energy, when I hear they talk about, when the use of projects, when the World Bank supports that project, when for the extension and the strengthening of the distribution network and the lines. Before this project was done by 2020, you will find out say people they were linking, people they were then drafting, and other areas they always complain for low voltage. So waiting the government will propose now before that we get a distribution line and substations where they strengthen the capacity and make them become effective or efficient. The first substation now Wellington will drop. Wellington outside the substation then now they will do a 33 kV line waiting for daily. After Wellington outside the next substation for day, una tell me waiting daily now. Now to a junction outside they don't go build for Bogu Water Company. Outside they go broke them say that the place. Now FTC the land. Una go back and tell me that I'm wrong. Waiting the government do with that particular land and go get business now we build it. That one day, now the journalists will find out. Now, then the next substation for World Bank. The next substation for Bindena Waterloo, opposite the job site, now Waterloo, una go and go look waiting then around that place now opposite the job site. That one then are the location of the next substation of the use of project, where we not see anything don't happen there. Before that, now shop them, they don't build it. Who that build the shops there and waiting happen there, we no know. Under the CLSG project, this line for command from Liberia, if for come na Salone, and waiting that one day for do now for supply electricity all across outside them with the outside them in the drop and outside them the substations for them. Okay. From the substation where they na Liberia, where they pump one into Sierra Leone, then na Mano, na Liberia, they call that particular plant say the man. Now they come out for feed through Kenema. Now Kenema, we will forget a substation day of the CLSG. Now Bumbuna, the substation for the line for drop day. We forgive electricity to that particular side they connect to the grid. Na Kono, na Bompe. For that one they will come out Kono. Honorable Tambakeli. Na Bompe, na then they forget the other substation for the CLSG line. Then if we drop again, na Fadugu. That's na Koinadugu. Then the other point for be na Kamakwe. When are there the other substation for drop. Waiting for happen with all the line a day. We for find out say all the places they will drop, all the places they for not be electrified. Come now to the Bow Kenema. The government of Sierra Leone then, where under the Annex by Kuruma led government, go and look at the Dodo Dam. See say it give about 3 men, but there's a possibility for me to increase them to 8 men. So if we increase them, we get companies that will come, a French company together with the Italian company where they come for Kalukata. But they say if we increase them and the power of that particular hydraulic and the power where they come in, because more they get extended communities, more don't become bigger. Kenema self don't become bigger. The transmission line, that train cable where they pass, now in 33 kV line daily, which means the line smaller. The amount of electricity where they transmit smaller. So if they therefore increase the generation of the electricity, then line then they will be small. The government proposed for make them increase them to a 66 kV line from Bo to Kenema for make them not really suffer low voltage and other things there. The family. That one day I go left and to now to find out which happened to that 66 kV line. And I will let my back for me when I go check and what waiting happen to the Dodo Dam is the expansion they take place there. The other problem wey make the whole Kenema dey suffer under the CLSG secret no dey now. We owe them ogbonge money wey we as the people we no for pay. So some of the questions wey we wan ask is that na prepaid meters that we get, we dey go pay for we light, we money ending at the meter. When we money ending at the meter, they suppose for giving light. So if then they say we own car power ship, when we no own them, we don't go pay for light where we don't get the light. We don't go pay for transmission line where they don't correct. Wetin they don't do with free money. We want know one of the things they want know. For the past 1 year, we want know how much government of Salon they collect every month in electricity tariff and how much they pay to car power ship. And car power ship machine, any power generation, just 1 minute, Salah just land on car power ship, sir. Any power generator, now 25 years before run for. After 25 years, then for decommissioner. Car power ship, they manufactured in 1993. So which means car power ship is more than 30 years old. Now it makes 65 megawatts of electricity for produce because the machine old is not able to give up to 45 megawatts. Now that's not the problem. And the other problem with car power ship gets, any tender machine they opt, is not able for starting self, pass a ride on Bumbuna lines. Now they get started in blackout with all over the country. When car power ship go down, is not able for start again for short Bumbuna line, for when car power ship ride on now. For make it go start. Now that makes it like coming all over the country. And car power ship pay. We will not tell una say. We will not tell una say. When you ready for giving us the subject matter issues, we will bring people who know what the areas they live, so that we will get the correct information. Now we are not know now say under APC car power not to be primary source of energy for wind and this country. We will get multiple sources we will get light fast and at a cheaper cost. We want for know what to happen to all of them machines a day. We are reading about projects the way we did not pass through already, we by now they will not materialize. Such as the expansion of the whole Kenema Dodo station, where we know say the previous government will already secure $15 million for the expansion with Mr. Abubakar Daran will talk about it. So we need for know from the current government which is not happy to all of them needs a day. We don't go way above 1 hour now into this press conference, and we want for the wrap up. We will come to with panelists later, but we also want to now say forget the opportunity now for interacting them. And how that will happen are 2 questions we will get. So Pope, I will now throw I will now go to Una, members of the 4th estate, or make Una ask questions we panelists and answer. But when you grab for us, state your name, you media house, and then you ask the questions. Don't reduce the preambles. Please. A lot of information will be disseminated today. We don't get a lot of knowledge about what really may happen in our electricity sector.
Yes, I just want to underscore one statement we brother Abudara Bigi, and we appreciate the detail, the extent of the detail we go into. And one question we ask is, me and you know for big car power ship, but we get for big car power ship as a coach. Who said the money don't get it? And also states the money only when I consolidated fund. So one thing the question is government and the unrestricted manner in which they travel. They don't continue for states, say they will continue for travel. And we don't tell them, say, if you are never travel, some money will inside the country for no use. And one of them will inside this country and for pay electricity. And so many other subsidies that we government don't take are we as a people? And one underscore that. So I think we need to run now.
And I also want to for those say we know from reliable source that the only reason why the substation, the station are in top, and the station at Blakoro not awoke, and if you look at because the money we require for maintenance, then government say they don't get money for maintenance. Then stations and they wait for all help for increased electricity generation and probably distribution as well. So then facts here we get them, and these are things where we be able to manage. We be able to manage them as a government. So we still they find it difficult for understand why we people be they pay cheaper for energy, but we be able to manage all the stations there. But now we they pay high cost for energy. We current governments not able to manage the stations there. Consolidated funds, yes. But waiting the money where they go at consolidated funds, they do. We need answers. Having said that, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Being identified by Kuma, the ED for Citizens Guide Network, the Civil Society Human Rights, and also proprietor for tablet newspaper. I get a concern also with the Secretary General of the APC party, just give about the tripartite. They talk about the errors that will happen inside the tripartite and how prepare. Because 3 days now, we can go for receive some of their recommendations how they come from both the two sides and the other party involved will come. How the APC prepare for liberate the people in this country towards the tripartite. The other questions they go, we talk about the toll gate, right? When a very key issue also, where some of us as civil society, we set up a consortium, where we expect the parliamentary opposition for us to kick against, where we put a position paper, where we challenge issue about the toll gate, where we prepare, we observe, and next time we prepare until the parliament site committee over the aviation, they kick against that, so they expect the opposition, the size of the leader, or not too far, maybe get also compete towards that.
No. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We want to respect the view of the civil society, but we want them with questions that be limited to the energy sector where they don't discuss. You can recall when the National Secretary General in the top, the leader or the leader, we lead in a parliament, a touch him, he said, this is not on a program, wait for our program. So this is the parliamentarians program, and it's based on the energy sector. As a party, we will call with press conference for can tell you about the tripartite. God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Pope. Mina Al-Hassan Kuma from Liberty TV. I will first start for extract from within Mr. Diameter, because he mentioned issues that we have to do with the single treasury account. We during the parliamentary discussion yesterday, the leader of government, the leader of the opposition mentioned about that. One of the key things in the way they disturb the energy sector. But moreover, you mentioned about the CLSG, Ivory Coast, Car Power. These are external forces where Sierra Leone depend on other countries for their light. The question is it difficult for a country like Sierra Leone for get light for itself, for produce sustainable light? Because if you look at the opposition and the ruling government, everybody depend on external forces. Ivory Coast, CLSG, the Car Power, these are all external forces. And we are already making a statement and get the knowledge of how best we go to get sustainable light. So as a country, and what plenty people say energy is costworthy, it's very expensive. But is it difficult for the country for you to generate light for itself? That's my question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nina Adeyemi, and I work for Radio Democracy, 98.1. So Dami, you just need clarification on one area where you mentioned that the then government not ever signed any agreement with car powership. So the question is, under which condition car powership will operate by then before the current government come into being? But allow me, sir, to read an extract of one of the reports will be done by EXA. One paragraph will say, under the Agreco contract, EXA was to provide fuel for the Agreco plants. EXA was also required and did make a one-off capacity charge payment of $1,690,000 United States dollars to Agreco, and on top of that, Agreco is charging a tariff of 31 kilowatts per hour. What do you go say about that?
Good afternoon. Ina Abdulaziz Samora, the write for Standard Times newspaper. And my question they go to the Arabian, that of the Honorable we talk on energy. Before car powership shut down, we will get, let's say, encouraging amount of electricity supply. And then they shut down. When they shut down, government pull a release, say they don't pay some amount, and also they don't get agreement with car powership. But yet still we witness massive blackout. So as experts, they can inform the public from the parliamentary aspect. When I don't do any fact checking from car powership, if government indeed it pay some bunch of that money there, because up till now with the light we get still a massive blackouts now we get at the county. So I want to get from the experts if I don't make any effort for fact check that statement the way government will make. Thank you.
Yes, I think we'll hand over for make the panelists the answer. Then after that, we'll get to second and the last bet.
I will directly answer to the question where the gentleman asked. I really not talk anything about inconsistencies in the tripartite committee. I think I talk about inconsistencies and discrepancies, or more or less waiting the international observers then call statistical inaccuracies or inconsistencies in the tabulation of the election results. And that side there be used inconsistencies, but not for the tripartite. I tell when I say on the tripartite, we all don't know say extension don't every day for the report. I say so let we patient and wait for the report. I think that so far I go on that. But I think I made a whisper, going aside on this issue right there on the floor. I made a whisper to one of the panelists then. I said the reason why the country dark, the reason why NPL or EDS are dark, now because the election results dark. When election results dark, all things they dark. The economy they dark, development they dark, agriculture they dark, people who have money in the country they dark. All things they dark. So if we correct that side there, then lights go there. And also, I just want to ask a last question before I pass the mic, with regards to waiting the last questioner talk about Samoa. I think you see Samoa and also about the money and also when they stop the work and whether we don't investigate on some of the issues then they. Mr. Sawa ask una because of the issues then they. It is signal some kind Solomon Smart business for the team. I don't know if you know waiting at Solomon Smart. Solomon Smart na person when a young P. It look like say some kind Solomon Smart business day for the team. So una as parliamentarian una don't ever call them EDSA. Or then people them very responsible for the light business. We don't ever call them for let una investigate any Solomon Smart or Anyampi business and this light business so that we don't know. Because when you don't pay for light, if you don't pay for light, you don't get light. That something is wrong. It's really wrong. If you don't pay for them, like when I postpaid, you don't get them, fine. I don't pay, I don't get. But when you don't pay, you don't even get them. Something there inside there where we're not there for looking to. So we just want to know if we don't look into. Not only journalists, I told the member of parliament, I don't call them for us for investigate. There is any committee in parliament to look into that.
Okay, thank you very much to the guys and we ask question. I think the first person, Ibrahim, we ask a question about the single treasury account, right? The originator and the orchestrator of the single treasury account is Dr. Kelfalamara. And when he brings single treasury account, he takes some institutions that went up for the single treasury account. Institutions that went as service delivery institutions like ETSA, like Guma Valley, where they give service to the people, they're not for the single treasury account because every month they get for take the money for pay the service provider them. If you don't get light, no problem. We know say if they dwindle and shut down economy, it was clear. But where the one they will say the land book camp, they say all thing for go now one pot. Where we see the one pot, the only effectiveness of that one pot say. Now me people them are not go tire for flying. Now no more with this. So that one thing are the problem. Then on the other hand, I think Adeyemi ask say you see an agreement from EDSA from Ministry of Energy say they will provide fuel to Agreco. A report. Okay, I will clarify that. Agreco now be an IPP, independent power provider, where we will use as a government. But we see say one, then tariff be high. So at the time where we be one for, we negotiate for make we get the machines and a Kingdom, the Nigata machine, when about 9 meg na Kingdom, and then we get the Watsila machine when at 55 meg na Black Road. We will need that 10 day for get with Agreco until we push them out. So Agreco we get an arrangement with them for let them drop the tariff. But waiting up in the arrangement we get with them was we the supply fuel to Agreco. And waiting government do, we sign a contract with NP. I'm being specific. Go look at the report. We sign a contract with NP where NP may they supply the fuel to Agreco machine HFO until that 1.6 million within that report they done. I mean that. But waiting at they say, my brother also asked say another person asked Abdulaziz. He say if we they say we they deal with car power ship, then at the end of the day, waiting na the solution. First of all, one thing where the waiting the way make book the advice we monopoly no for them by anything. Waiting make we see couple of months ago this country shuts down, we get blackout. Now because this government about one grand power provider when a car power ship, when they not pay their car power ship out the lights, they no member say hospital the one of country gets blackout. Even at that, where that kind of thing they happen, if the government can be a sensitive government, why should they use car power ship? We young generations them. When are the machine at Kingdom and the one at Blagoro, we for them they use them all the time. But when car power ship shuts down, now that time we want to go light them. Una guess what will be the problem? When we want to light them, that time when the government want to light them, HFO not there. HFO not the fuel where the machine they use. Fuel not there. And they need for maintenance. For maintenance, they must take about 3-4 months for maintenance. They don't back for long. From 2018, they shut the door. So now this then they say when they give gun for shoot, you go shoot yourself now the 8. So now be the problem Danny. Then on the other hand, the brother say if there will be a solution for them we not able and people learn for the giving lights. Yes. If you listen all waiting and explain. With power generation, not in the hands of other people or foreigners. When they go pay car power ship, they provide job for Turkish people and the foreign exchange they go directly in Turkey. 70% of the money they pay car power ship, if will be in foreign currency. Now about 30% they be in local currency. And that 30% they get for pay people the way they work, like protect security, or they provide security for them around the boat. This is for long I know say I don't live in this sector over 7-8 years. I'm not exactly waiting happen. During we own term, we get King Tom, where they generate power. When now we own as a country, now EXA and EGTC the manager. We get Black Road where they generate power for we. When now we own, we get ADAX when a company where then a salon, where the government of salon they contribute. When now we own, then we get Bumbuna. Then we will use independent power provider like Agreco where we cut off and all. So at the end of the day, you find out say the 400 to 600 people where they work at EGTC. That's Sierra Leoneans. We provide jobs for them. We provide everything let them for good food. Now the table for them picking them. But now. I go tell you now say the best draft player now this strong now. And the best person to be playing the way shake I want say they pull 6. Then you don't have King Tom Power Station. Then you don't have Black Road. They not they work for you. Not draft play they play only. Anytime no more go there. So we don't tell we the power we generation and we the power. But this time now, the power generation they in the hands of foreigners that then they determine wetin they happen for we now. So when I want to come power ship, yes or what? I go just a second, I go borrow the words of my uncle. When I'm Honorable Alpha Khan, the presidential spokesman. Before he said how they be able to identify Salon back in the place where SLP be the wet man and they look long on a net. They look the darkest parts of the globe, they say this is Salon. And now when that presidential spokesman, if he come back, when the wet man and they look for the darkest place in the world, where they want suicide salon day, like yesterday, they want to outside the American plane, the land, they don't look for the dark place, they say Nayasu. So I borrow from the words, as you go, that's where you come. Thank you very much.
Added to that, the man from Liberty TV, question very important. I think this is the 1 million question where we offer. Getting yours are the best. And you need to, in 2013, do one study. We discovered that the country gets around 300 sites. We get potential for deliver around 5,000 megawatts of energy just from idle power sources. We should say the essence why we need to invest in idle are the most affordable source of energy. We pay high, always still about 10 cents or whatever for Dodo and Bungula. We pay just around 0. Something like 1 cent or so, but it's less than 5 cents now they pay. Now the cheapest power we government buy. That tells you if you can harvest or you can harness the potential from idle sources where APC will do effectively. Mark you before APC left now power. Now we are of the Charlotte hydro power plant. When I be 2 megawatts, when they just so left power, they don't encroach other line, don't be all over the now. I know they don't give them. Party people of mobile houses. Now the place where they will generate is able support them anymore. We now say even Poboko, now hydro power source. Because we still say getting yours are the best. We still say Namakali, we also get another source who make the be like 2 kilowatt energy source. But we also make it. And before we also left, there was another project where we know they co-implement also with government. And the biggest of all, now the building phase 2. When we get the potential for giving 143 megawatts of power. And that one was going to be owned by us. We don't solve the problem, don't do all the feasibility studies to provide the project. That one is already enough for solve energy solution. So as we co-moderator say, during the APC, thermal generation was not, I can say, power, not only a priority to me. We think say getting hours was the best solution. So as a recommendation, we say government for more empathy. May I not say because Bumuna source now from the north, so therefore not for continue time. When it exists facility there, not only the supply, it is supply light for everybody really along the corridor. And so therefore the most sustainable means that for continue that project where we don't start without one contract when I've been in Africa, they were on the course of implementation, but as they come into power, that contract was terminated and will not be able to anymore.
Hello. Yes, well, let me just add a word or two to the way we will be able to resolve the power situation. As me, honorable colleagues say, we get plenty sources of energy in this country. For example, in Akona, we get Big Congo. A study has been done, that is at the Ministry of Energy. It can able to produce 162 megawatts. And in fact, because of that, the substation within this country, apart from Iben, the other one is in Inkongon, and then you have one in Kenya. That is where the power from CLSG, now they can't do before they move to Kenya. Then they make a small distribution line, then drop on Miami village where they call Nyamundu, and then it takes power from there to Oktia and then Kodu Power Station. So yes, we get and as you said, hydro is the cheapest and energy efficient, and we get Moyeba as well. We have about 25 installed capacity of water. So yes, there's no reason why we not for unnecessary resources.
Well, thank you very much. You know, members of the Fourth Estate, hope they understand the significance of this particular way when they do the press conference. Many a time, when they raise issues, people can ask certain questions. Then, oh, but when I don't need it before, what you wanna do? Will they take with time for explain who been there, what we do, for answer that question there? Will they also take with time for explain waiting at the current status and the issues why we feel say problem they occur, things where they do different the way we feel say they make when they get the continuous problems. And people can always also ask me what you wanna go do differently. When they hear the answers then from we panelists then how we feel say things will be done differently so that we will address the current problems we will do. APC will be done there before we give una the solutions. We don't come back with the see problems and we get the solution again. We're always ready for make sure say we keep this country on the right path. We will take 2 more questions and then we go answer and wrap up. Well, I see AYB, the ASAN, I see SLBC, the ASAN, these are all very important. Man, we see going that way in the left side. Don't tell me how. Then we see Bakish, instead the ASAN. So all of these will go expand. I see voices online, instead the ASAN.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Julian Koma from Serial Broadcasting Corporation. I'm glad that the first set of questions centered around the preferred topic. But as journalists, our jobs are to read the questions of people. On several programs that the Good Morning Sierra Leone, the podium, questions have been posited. And I think it's our duty as newsmen to bring those questions to you people. Even if it's not answered 100%, but those questions have to be presented to you. Now, this is a 2-tier question. At one of our programs, this question was asked. It says, do you think the APC executive and its members are presenting a united front right now? The reason I ask is because one of the main bone of contention between APC and ECSL is the provision of disaggregated result. Now, on a recent program, a non-APC member only said that it has not been the mandate of ECSL to release disaggregated result. It has only happened once, and that one time was a mistake. It hasn't happened never before. And quite recently, we saw that the ECSL commissioner said that it is not in their mandate. Now, the second question this person said under the comment section was, the list of recommendation that the Tripartite Committee came out with, does it mandate the ECSL to provide disaggregated result for future elections? Now, these questions are really important, and even if you give 50% of a reply, it will be really, really appreciated. Thank you.
Really, you were not here when I was making my submission, but thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Ahmed Wai Toure. at the report for Galaxy Radio and the upcoming Kia Times newspaper. This question will go for you, Honorable Aaron Aruna Kuruma. Honestly speaking, it's sad. It's really sad. But a fine again, when the people of this country, they look forward you, APC, for leading this country. It's sad in the sense that for let somebody go buy top up, more especially we get prepaid, where you don't go put this in top up, the tariff, the light, which is very, very sad. But I really appreciate this platform and call on you, leader of opposition and parliament, Abdul Kadir, Honorable. Let this platform continue and even stadium and television. More especially this issue of electricity what they talk about. Before now, you forget interrupted electricity. But currently, we're in a total blackout. I just want to replace me question, the one way get to do with the section ask. So you, Honorable Aaron Aruna Kuruma, you talk about alteration. What I don't do as parliament or as members of parliament from the opposition side, like I said, people really need for redeeming this bondage. From the start of the alteration, when people are alterate the tariff, what I don't do for call the Ministry of Energy to make sure say they not alterate the tariff as to who stand now with them into this higher tariff and this country where they kill me. If they put up now you credit, now you meter, you know you get light. I want to thank you very much.
Okay. Me now, Arnold Felix Elba. The question based on the tariff. Honorable Aaron made mention about tariff. Just one for compares the tariff na salon to other African countries. What you say about them? I will compare the tariff na salon to other African countries.
Thank you very much, Obaka Kabo. I just want to ask a simple question where the panelists are for me, please. In the first place, can just say was the energy minister he resigned as they say if they get blackout. Now Mother Bio is the minister of energy. We still get blackout. Where lies the problem?
So my name is Mohamed Bakakama. I work for AYB Television. My name is Mohamed Bakakama. I work for AYB Television. Quick one here. So my question has to do with
Can we listen, please? Thank you.
So you have highlighted a lot of concerns ranging from electricity, the increase in electricity, but I don't know, perhaps you have pinpointed it. What are some of the things that you will be done differently if you are in this position, if you are in the governance now? And another thing has to do with Honorable Aaron. You do mention about the increase of electricity tariff, but where are we getting it from? And what are some of the strategy can be set in place to address some of this challenging concern during this moment?
And ladies and gentlemen, please, any person we get any other question, you can write another paper you give me. We will take note of them and one for Ashona say we will respond, we will answer after when the panelists they don't answer to this. The National Publicity Secretary will announce what will be the next step. We're happy for you and God bless you all. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Before I hand over to the panelists, then I want to talk about this disaggregated data thing where everybody they make as if not crime for the APC demand for getter. Maybe USA it never happened before because maybe the need never arise for me they ask for and the way we don't ask for it. But they're always the key. They're always the producer. But now we even say that they're supposed to also gazetteer. But you don't see the result up to this moment. So let me also not forget that the law of this country give me the right as citizens for access information when we want them under the Freedom of Information Act. It is a law. So if citizens they ask for information from public office, we bound forget her. And that method, somebody don't use that in right ECSS.
For be secret. For publish results not supposed to be secret. For make the results available not supposed to be secret.
So it is so secretive about having access to disaggregated data. They're not supposed to be. So let us be clear on that one day. We bound now we write for ask for her. We need them for ensure say we verify the election results when we don't challenge, when we don't agree with repeatedly. And if they're so confident, say the results when they announce correct, let them make the data available to we. Plain and simple.
Okay, I'm sure you can speak English very well, and also you can speak Creole very well. And we started the proceedings in Creole, and that has been the medium of communication, so that I think we will respond in Creole. And I think you will appreciate that. You talk about unity. That's my first question. You say the party, there is disunity and all the rest of it. There is no disunity in the party. There is no disunity in the party. But that is not to say I'm not taking cognizance of the question, because this is something where you re-echo a sentiment where a good number of people are not trumpet all along. Not so now you re-echo. In any society, any institution, we get differences. We can get a different opinion in addressing matters. The fact that you get different opinion in addressing matters does not mean that there is disunity. Otherwise, you can say there is disunity in the American government, there is disunity in the British government, there is disunity all over every other institution. Because that is how you engage, to share ideas, to challenge each other. For make una not say, this is my position, and that is your position. But at the end of the day, we look at the position that is more clear and good for the party, will take that position. And sometimes, it need not necessarily mean that the particular person position is the best. Maybe we can move and meet at the middle of the road policy. Sometimes, in most cases, we're not the best policy, so that we're able to move forward. So, the party is also an institution where you get people of different ideas, different cultures, different tribes, different religion. And we accommodate all those people. So if a Muslim in the party said no, well, Christians also, let us do, Christian and Muslim prayers. Maybe we get one person where sometimes so get the way, he thinks say no, I ain't for pray, but at the end of the day, the party will say no, we have to do both Christian and Muslim prayers. That's how we work in the party. But if for some reason somebody take them out of context, you always have people. Anytime when somebody wants trouble, that's one thing on my key. Take them out of context, it's fun in waiting and follow. But we have our own challenges like any other party, and we're working on it. So that one they are not make you waiting. Of course, the disaggregated materials on top of that. But people fail for realization, and I think Abukabo will just end up with that because he gets particular data on that. But what we can tell you clearly, Sierra we forget very, very quick. Why we so gather short memory, we not remember. And that is not an insult. Please don't get me wrong. For all these years when they conduct election, we also they happen at this continent. Apart from ECSL, self giving a disaggregated result, even the radio stations that will pronounce and announce disaggregated result by polling stations. When people have to take book for the go the mark, people in the mark. That was all remember. Ireland by polling station. People invite and they say SLPP now this particular station 0, APC 200. People in the mark. So the disaggregation not even by ECSL. ECSL they publish, I don't hear this, and that particular sentiment they get, to be honest with you, and I think who will be account? Because if you not in account, we're not going to be able to respond because you don't take, and only a forum like this we will respond. So thank you very much for them 2 questions a day. ECSL because I don't meet with other people and even SLPP counterpart, senior people who argue say they don't ever publish this aggregate. That's not true. That's not true. And I see other people there, highly placed people in society, they trumpet that false narrative. And they trumpet the false narrative. Even journalists, they trumpet the false narrative. We don't get, even 2018, we get this aggregation of results. But people in the middle, like I said, it's new. And this time, it's where ECSL working out your current always a lot they say, we don't ever see what can I ask, they tell me say we don't ever get a publication of this aggregated result. That's always they tell me. And I always tell and say that is wrong. But the thing is, when you get a wrong notion, the more you throw better out there, the more readily people are, believe say this is true. So I think it's time for us also for them to put out your own position for the people. And we don't say for them. If we don't want the result, we don't want the waiting result, we can make an ask them to. But then we don't say it is not true. So I will hand over the mic to Abuka because we get specific data for you on that segregation of results.
Immediately, I don't want to make any statement today because being our observers, we get a very experienced panelists there. And on all they agree with me, say they don't do justice to the topics they really handle. So I want to put your hands together for the panelists there. They don't do it very Now, let I explain small waiting at this disaggregated data. Where people let they say, not for make a public or not for publisher. Firstly, say no law no day when you say you for eat every day, right? But say if you don't eat every day, it will affect health. Because while your health be affected, they eat every day. Elections, the all of elections, not transparency. What's in that transparency? Everything you for make public, let people see. You understand? So even in the absence of law, no law, not to the correct information that one need. You don't need for hide anything we get for do with a transparent elections. You for make the data then public. Now let explain you now what they happen. What did happen in the previous election? Even under this ECSL. When una go to Tariff Center for go to the police stations result, they get projector where they put. They una all they can with una results then by police station where they call the RRF. For example, if they say we dey deal with Brookfields police station 001, APC they pull their own results where they get there from the RRF.
ECSL dey pull your RRF wey dem get, and dem project am na the projector so that una dey see where dem dey add am. APC 60, SLPP 20, dem put am na the projector. That time dem una always satisfy say yes, wetin we get na im dem put na this projector, wetin ECSL get na im dem put na the projector. After dem don add everything, dem dey print that one day. That one day wey dem dey print by polling station na im dem dey give to the party agent wey go na the center. That is the disaggregated data. There has never been election wey dem no dey give party agent that information the way dem dey print. Dem dey give una before ever dem certify the result. So anybody who says I've never given disaggregated data na false information. Na false information. Wetin dey go inside the center if dem no dey print them for you? Now that time na wetin happen at this election. Dem bin assign me na the northwest. Northwest cover 3 districts: Potloko, Cambia, and Kaina. We dey na polling, we dey na the Tariff center. Instead of the use projector for display the results the way they comot na the polling station, me of course I go with the RRF dem for Potloko. I went there with 93% of the RRF dem. And maybe get the feeling say when we go there now for let them go ask me, let them put say, hey, police center one Lunge SLPP na this APC. So we go with the IIF them for make comparative analysis with the figures that way they get. But what did they do? When they come with their own IIF, they don't they show nobody, they don't they announce and give nobody, they don't they say this na Lunge, then they give the IT man. Nobody knows what is on the IIF. Nobody sees it, and that didn't one day happen at any election at this country. At the bet, anybody who want to go television, who want to go radio for go deceive the people there, at the better back, say that they don't ever happen at the country. You know what they mean? So one thing that they add, the political party, they know they see them. The political party, they don't know. Remember, say one by election gets Nakoinadugu. Who say SLPP get 49? Even when them display them, so everybody they see them. Instead of the right 49, they write 149. So make sure say SLPP lead. The one we they see. So talk less of the one we know they see. And that they against the fundamentals of transparent elections. When they say elections should be transparent, on a foresee all thing. But I show you before I take the seat. When it happen, we get inside the Tariff center. Now they announce 60% of police stations. 60% of police stations. Now Potloko contain 502 police stations. 60% of police stations. Now Cambia contain 318 police stations. When they reach 60% of the police stations, Cambia will get 318 police stations. Now the result. At that time, at the Tariff center, we don't even count one resulted from Cambia. So how did they get it? When they didn't get it from the Tariff center, when they from the Tariff center, they send it to national. We asked the returning officers the day. Say now una send results na the ECSL office. They said not to send results. Who said they put results for that 318th police station when we were there? No ever come to one from Cambia. Wetin make we dey talk this? Today na SLPP, tomorrow go be any other government. One thing wey dey make country unstable na when dem no get transparent, free and fair elections. You understand? So anybody, even in 2018, after the elections, unfairly publish disaggregated data by police station. So anybody wey say they not publish police station data, the person is not being truthful. I get all the police station results then on the phone. 2018 police station by police station for the whole country, because we been download them as a political party, and as political party we get this aggregated data wey dem dey give we party agents them na the Tariff center. So let people not change the narratives because they benefit from this government.
Well, I sure say we go end
Yes, I think say for now when you follow the basis upon which we decided to introduce this monthly parliamentary press conference, because of the many attempts that we will make in parliament. If you go now the answers or you go now the records of votes and proceedings where other side they call a minute, it will show say from the 5th parliament we don't raise countless of issues. For make we use SO19 wey give power for some of ministers for can answer or can program wey go hold them out based on the law. None of them question they never put another paper. I'm actually the chairman of the business committee of parliament, not the leader of opposition, not some or any other member, not the leader of government business. Now he will decide whether they can order paper or whether no they can. The APC not get ability or not get the power for whether they can order paper. We don't make several moves, even the issue of the tariff, when they remove the social ban. I think 2 weeks ago, I stood in the well, I raised the matter, pursuant to SO25. For people, someone the minister for can respond to why they remove the social ban when I started that day when they added 4 people when they go perform. They say, look, instead I call the minister, they say, okay, then the chairman of the energy committee look into that. So that's the situation. That's why we call them press conference. That's what what we do in parliament. We don't do many actions. We now call on as journalists. The boss is there when they buy even the first spot, they first step. One boss at that time they put a cost over 800 something million euros. When if you check on the internet, the same boss of even bigger capacity, if they get at less than even half of that price, we still we raise questions, we do necessary procedures, nothing was done. When they did the beginning rest, when they begin that Chinese rest, we also stood on that, nothing was done, and countless other issues we now will follow. If you now go parliament, you now go say you have an effective opposition, we always have to articulate the issues where they affect the masses. If you follow parliament, I'll show and say, we will say this one will do am because of the space where they close in parliament, and so therefore it can close another minute. Then the last one where I want to talk on, what to follow differently. Of course, from the positions where the presenter don't make so far, it's clear say we know how we go and differently. When the APC was in power, even though they say they are high, but we are selling cheap. 660 euros, including GST and service charge. 660 per kilowatt hour. Now when they say they buy cheaper, then they sell 1 kilowatt hour at 5,300 something euros per kilowatt hour. When we can have power, it's very clear say we are a government that governs for the people. We care for the people. That's why during the APC, even the fuel was subsidized. Because we know when you trigger the fuel component, it affects lots of things along the value chain. That's why we are subsidizing fuel with a subsidized rest. When they can don't know, when they go to the tax force, now they put a die force before they provide for us. That's why they reintroduce a tax. And long ago, the 10% excise tax on rice, import tax on rice, it no ever exists. That will be the government will cushion the effect on the pricing formula for rice. When we can have power, we are a government that cares for the people. That's why whenever we subsidize for the basic commodities that we affect on the other end of the people.
Thank you very much. Just to wrap up now, we get a few questions that we ask. One, the first question, the first thing on our fall, make me understand. A couple of weeks ago, people were saying we can get nuclear plants in a salon. The smallest nuclear plant where they be established are 5,000 megawatts. All electricity only inside salon, you don't need 400. So that the owner will know now for class out. It is not true. Then on the other hand, and somebody from AYD asked, say, what thing we go do different? I will tell you, say, from when we come on our government in 2018, we as a party will not ever detach ourselves from what needs to be done. I mean, we always dey follow the sector them, foresee the gaps, we do the research and find out what we need for do. So we are ready for when we come into government for hit the ground running. So we come into government today, we know what they for do for let me solve the electricity problem, the economic problem, the problem for fuel, and all the other things. And the Bakish asked, say, the former energy minister be there, they don't come out, a new energy minister don't come, they will still get blackout. I want to tell you, say, if you take Babu, you put lipstick banner. You don't go ever be Salimatu, na Babu. So in the systems, they're wrong, whether they take the money, they put on an account, a single treasury account, then they use that for other purpose, and like you put Musa, you put Solomon, you put Aminata, now the same blackout we get. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we will come to the end of the press conference. Members of the Fourth Estate, like the last press conference, I want to make you understand, say, we parliamentary leadership Nayaso. So, in addition to the questions we don't ask, we can grant interviews. This is an opportunity for people to get plenty news. In addition to the parliamentary leadership, we get a good number of esteemed members of parliament in Ayaso. Then they are, we grant them interviews as well. We get the leadership of the party present in Ayaso, we also grant me interviews. So for this next couple of weeks, we get opportunity for get enough news on issues that we will think say we want for cover. In closing, as always, when I can talk to the deputy after the press conference, Mohamed Pope Kamara, we will arrange other issues that were pertinent to our facilitation. Thank you all very much. I want for telling plenty thank you. And also important, I want for all to know the parliamentary spokesman, Honorable Dr. Mohamed Fakruma, anything about parliamentary information. When I meet them, they will able to facilitate interviews also on parliament. So I need for no one when I meet them, when I talk to them. I want for plenty thank you to members of parliament, especially the leadership. Plenty thank you to the leadership of the party, and also a special thank you to the former deputy speaker, we running mates, and also we former leader of parliament, and also to you members of the Fourth Estate. We want to tell you plenty thank you. We hope so we don't give you plenty information today. We want for now to do the people of this country justice, for give them the right.